You'll never get this, Lala. Are you on record? That's you.
No shit.
You gotta stop it, son.
Well,
Are you want to do the record? Are you want to record yourself?
no.
Well, the rest of our pistons came in today instead of J&E's. Here, I'll give you off to old J-Bird right here. Got sweet stickers for wrist pins. Take one of these apart, $9.90. Bought a NOS. This is like Christmas, man. I tell you what. The locks for the wrist pins. Oh. The rings for the oil. Here's the best part. Here's the best part right here. God dang, look at that, man. Whew.
Tiny.
It's a shame you gotta put that in the motor. You see the lateral gas ports and the top gas ports and whatnot. That is one pretty. Let's see that. Good gosh. That thing's minty, huh? I know this one ain't as exciting, but here's our new bearings for the rods and more stickers. Alright, I'm gonna give it a go on balancing these pistons. I practiced on an older piston. It seemed pretty easy. Here's the weight of the pistons alone. The heaviest one is 628.8, and then I added the lightest wrist pin that I had, and it came out to be 800 dead on. What we did was we put the lightest piston, which is 625.4, with the heaviest wrist pin to kind of manipulate it to where you can get it close. The most we needed to take off is about 1.5 grams, which is the number 8, because this one with the wrist pin came out to be 801.1. So we're gonna give it a go here and just take off a little bit at a time and see what happens.
Tools, objects, fixing things. This is what most men like. Working on things, tools, objects, fixing things. This is what men enjoy doing. Have you ever noticed if a guy's out in his driveway working on something with tools, how all the other men in the neighborhood are magnetically drawn to this activity? They just come wandering out of the house like zombies. Man, it's true. Men hear a drill, it's like a dog whistle. Just... You know, they go running up to that living room curtain. Honey, I think Jim's working on something over there. So they run over to the guy. Now, they don't actually help the guy. No, they just want to hang around the area where work is being done. That's what men want to do. We want to watch the guy. We want to talk to him. We want to ask him dumb questions, you know. What are you using, a Phillips head? You know, we feel involved. That's why when they have construction sites, they have to have those wood panel fences around it. That's just to keep the men out. They cut those little holes for us so we can see what the hell is going on.
Well, that's the magic number we wanted to see right there. That's the last piston, number 8, which was the heaviest. Actually, it took a lot shorter time than originally thought, because the rest started to take a while, but for the most part, balancing is pretty much done. You're gonna clean that piston up and wrap up the balancing part. Next is take this puppy apart and start measuring bearing clearance.
Buddy, what are we doing today?
Well, today we're measuring bearing clearance. We got the motor turned over. Got the mic out here. I just checked it. I just calibrated it.
Calibrated it? What does that mean?
Means you gotta check it. I'm really on the spot here. I'm all locked up, but
Just a block to check it to make sure it's measuring accurately.
yeah.
I didn't know you did that. Pretty cool. Alright, after spending 3 hours driving around looking for a stolen torque wrench that wasn't stolen, what the hell are you doing?
Well, I'm setting up the torque wrench, or not the torque wrench, the dial bore gauge to measure some bearing clearance. I just got to find the correct pin. That's not it. That's too short. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna set it up. This is the rod journal measurement for the number 1 cylinder. That's the measurement. I'm gonna set the torque, not the torque wrench. I don't know why I keep calling it torque wrench. The
That's all
dial
that's on your mind. If you're trying to find it.
the dial bore gauge up in there. I'm gonna zero it out. I'm gonna put it in the rod, and hopefully we have with the new bearing, which is a standard bearing right here. I'm gonna put it in there, and hopefully we get about 3 thou clearance. So I really
Why don't you just use plastic gauge like all the other garage builders?
Alright, so we got the dial bore gauge all set up. I didn't call it torque wrench. We have this set up to what the mic is set up at, which was the crank journal for the number 1 rod. Just slide it up in this thing like that, and if you come over here, you can probably just unplug that and take a look. See, we got about 3 thou clearance, which is about what we need. Every dot, the one next to the one line next to the 0 is 5, and then the line next to that is 1 thou. That is all right. We got all the rods and bearings mic'd up. Cleaning up the block. Put some pistons in. Over there we got the piston rod assembly, all assembled with the rings and all that. Cleaning up the block. It's funny, between the last clip and the video, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks. A crazy 2 or 3 weeks. Howdy. How you doing? Torquing the rod bolts, doing them in 3 steps. 75, 25, 50, 75. We're at 50 now, so we got One more step to go. 75, the big one, and the end. We also got the piston in, obviously, if we're torquing rod bolts. Woo.
There you go.
Well, you got the short block. It's all mocked up. Decided to put the heads and the intake on it. See, but we got the short block done. Which is pretty exciting, I think. We got a. Next thing we're gonna do is. What is the next thing we're gonna do?
Head studs and valve springs and
Yeah, the head stuff you got, they're not that great, so we're just going to buy a new set of head studs. And the valve springs are next. You gotta cut this side of the head. Come over here. You gotta because the head kind of overhangs. We gotta cut this to about right here, which is exactly like how this motor is for the motor plate. So we're gonna do that, valve springs, and really the next deal will
push
be
rods and head gaskets.
yeah, the entire top end setup. So that'll be that for this video on the bottom end. Thank you guys for watching.